It is 5 o'clock, and it's time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Tuesday evening, March 28, 2017. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins, and I hear 5 o'clock news on this Tuesday evening, March 28, 2017. Here, top story at the 5 o'clock hour is Representative Noon, the Cowboy, the Republican chairman of the National Intelligence Committee, walked to the cost meeting on Tuesday as so he'll continue to lead Western inquiry. President Trump signed a statement executive order Tuesday at Environmental Protection Agency, which officials said to look to curb the federal government's enforcement of climate regulation by putting American jobs. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer finally seemed to reach a breaking point Tuesday when it comes to question about President Trump and Russia. Mosul, Iraq. A sharp rise in the numbers of violence reported killed in the U.S.-led airstrikes in Iraq and Syria spread a panic deep distress and triggering accusations that the United States and its partners may be enacting quantified TSA checkpoints at airports can be potentially be an arduous process, but on Sunday, Texas women elected in fought going hell. London, the Scottish Parliament on Tuesday voted in favor of taking another referendum. Independence taking the stage for a clash between the British Prime Minister and the First Minister of Scotland. Protesters placed kettled on the word violence during the demonstration on Monday against Belarusian and Chinese men by police in Paris. Two leading House and Senate committees are examining the FBI settling the Trump investigation into Russia and possible links to Trump's cabinet associated with the country's alleged interference with the 2016 presidential election. President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the bill creating Medicare and Medicaid in 1965. Former President Harry S. Truman tried to establish the National Health State of Iraq. His adult bill's debate Medicaid comes of age. A 23-year-old Oklahoma man used a semi-automatic AR-15 rifle to shoot and kill three teenager. The two dressed black who broke the door Monday afternoon after the 47 investigated self-defense. Washington, the Secret Service said they have taken a man into custody where security package near the White House after he made a suspicious comments to an officer. Tennessee's kidnapping law is a little frivolous when it comes to youngsters at the age of Elliot Slip Thomas, the 15-year-old allegedly abducted by a former teacher, according to the prosecutor in the case. The UNAI criticized directly the U.S.-led coalition for launching the airstrike that killed civilians and urged them to prioritize protecting non-combatants. South Korea officially says the remains are found inside the recovered soil ferry initially identified as human or animal bones. Chinese Coast Guard vessels sailed from Japan and claimed waters around the disputed Senkaku Islands on Tuesday, Kyoto News recently reported. Steel barriers are surrounding the Britain's Windsor Castle where installed as protection to make the last week's attack in London, police said. Ahmed Katra, an anti-apartheid activist, was spent decades in jail with Nelson Mandela in South Africa died in Johannesburg. He was 87 years old. Hybrid crowd of government of Mexico's Chihuahua state said his government does not have the resources to combat organized crime. An FSK group is suing the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to release details when U.S. border officers search travels and alternative devices. Gallup U.S. Economic Confidence Index has reached the lowest level since Donald Trump was elected president in November. Maryland Senate have approved the ban of fracking in the state bill. Governor Larry Hogan has pledged to sign. The White House went on lockdown for 45 minutes Tuesday morning. A man told authorities he had a bomb near the grounds. Man sent to jail and went to motel place struck by a pickup truck. Education president and key issue in Attleboro's mayoral race. Even before Ford unveiled plans Tuesday to spend $1.2 billion modernizing an assembly plants and building the data center in Michigan, President Trump took to Twitter, heralded the forthcoming announcement that an example of car companies going back. U.S. Air Force South Korea, the company's first reported down in the competition workforce depicted an overwhelmingly and white employee base. Elon Musk's SpaceX Falcon 9 reasonable rocket launch, London, BI graphics 4x3. SpaceX trying to something potential revolution in the history of space travel. As the sea levels could decimate Southern California, reached by 2100. Senator Claire McCaskill of Missouri demanded information Tuesday from 5 top operator manufacturers saying she would investigate their alleged role in the drug epidemic responsible for more than 200,000 overdose deaths. An 11-year-old Massachusetts girl suffered blistering burns after making slime in the home last week. And many wonder if the popular homemade glue concoction is safe for children. April the giraffe is closer to giving birth to the animal, Adventure Park says it. President updated for condition of Facebook Tuesday morning saying progression. Okay, take a look at stock inquiry report. The Dow finally broke their 8-day losing streak as they up 150.52 points at 2701.50. S&P 5 up 16.98 points at 2358.57. Nasdaq up 34.77 points at 5,875.14. Russian 2K up 9.94 points at 1367.26. And VIX down 97 cents at 11.53. European markets, the DAX up 152.35 at 12,140 down per 42. FTSE up 49.92 points at 73.43.42. CAC up 20.37 points at $5.46.20. FTSE MIB up 206.23 points at $20.330.42. Stock 600 up 2.29 points at 377.30. Asia markets, Nikkei up 217.28 at 1902.87. Shanghai 13.96 at down at 32.52.99. NHSI 152.17 at 24,345.87. ASX 200, 58.21.23 and Kospi 26.3.31. Oil markets up 69 cents at 40.42. Brent up 57 cents at 51.32. Natural gas up 41,000.3.093. RBOB gas up 114,000 point at 1.6303. ULSD HO up 164,000 point at 1.5189. Gold bonds, silver up 97,000 point at 18.205. Gold 4.5 down at 1251.20 and copper 2.6685 up 365,000 point. Platinum up down 14.70 points at 1054.30. Palladium 792 down $2.45. Bonds, US Standard up 45,000 point 2.42%. Bond 10 up 19,000 point 0.396. Japanese 10 down 1,000 point 0.055%. UK 10 yield up 4,000 point 1.197%. France 10 yield down 2,000 point 0.961%. FX bonds. European US dollar down 2,000 point 1.081. US dollar Japanese yen 111.12 unchanged. Great Britain pound US dollar 1.2444% down 4,000 point. US dollar Canadian dollar down 1,000 point 1.3381. US dollar CHF 0.9923 unchanged. Okay, looking at some commodities here. Wheat 424 a quarter up 3.5. Soybean 970.5 down 1. Corn 357 and a quarter up 1 and a quarter. 1.5. Sugar 17.55 down 15 cents. Coffee 139 down 20 cents. Cotton 76.90 down 4 cents. Rough rice 9.74 down 65,000 point. And cocoa 2,115 down 35. Live cattle 120.90 down 175,000 point. Lean ox 65.225 down 425,000 point. And FT cattle 133.225 up 125,000 point. Peter Childers time is 5:07 on this Tuesday. Evening in 7 now for a sports report tonight. The Boston Bruins will be taking on the Nashville Predators. Game time 7 o'clock. And Boston Bruins Red Sox taking on Pittsburgh Pirates. Game time 6:05 p.m. Patriots owner Robert Kraft addressed media from NFL owner media on Monday while Celtics moved to first place are 9-out through a Cleveland loss. In the end, the divorce was expected to lack many failed relationships. There wasn't even 11 feeling left to talk about became officials. Raiders moved to Las Vegas. Means some feeling ambivalent. Phoenix in a native press rushed out the Philadelphia Eagles reached a 2-year deal with Veteran defensive end Chris Long on Tuesday. And Jim Irsay discussed what position coach would target in 2017 NFL draft. Peter Childers time is now 5:08 on this Tuesday evening, and it's time now for a traffic and trend report. And beep beep! Let's start off MT with a subway system is swinging get on a Premier Rail, Worcester train 517, 3:30 p.m. outbound is up at 5:50 basket between Yawkey and Worcester due to a mechanical problem. And then the Newburyport train, Rockport train 115, 4:15 p.m. from North Station up at 25:40 basket between Chelsea and Rockport due to a mechanical problem. Newburyport train 167, 4:30 p.m. outbound is up at 20-30 minutes basket between Chelsea and Newport. Rockport train 117, 5 p.m. from outbound is Michael. Local stops and expected to operate between Hanskell in route to Rockport. Newburyport Rockport train 194, 5:30 p.m. inbound event. Cancel today. Passenger train 120, 5:48 p.m. from Beverly. Newburyport Rockport train 193, 4:4 p.m. outbound is canceled. Passenger train 117, 5 p.m. outbound with Michael. Local stops and Rockport train 122, 5:40 p.m. outbound is expected to depart Rockport 10-20 minutes basket due to mechanical issue. And on the ferries, they are looking good here. Okay, I was in my ways of New England here. Down in Connecticut, 95 of the northbound side, backed up from Greenwich all the way down to Bridgeport. Merritt Parkway eastbound to South from Greenwich down to Bridgeport. 95 on the southbound side, so from New Haven down to West Haven. 91 on the northbound side, Little Southampton stretch. 84 eastbound side, Little Waterbury stretch. 84 westbound side, so from 91 to West Stratford. 91 to both ends by the winds lost to 9 out over Connecticut. 84 eastbound to Little 91 to 291 and then East Stratford and Hartford stretch. 91 on the southbound side, it is so after Interstate 84 Hartford, Connecticut. 295 on the northbound side, Little Montfield, Connecticut. 91 on the southbound side, it is so between 291 and 57 in Springfield. Mass parking interchange with 290 and 395 on the Little Soul. 290 westbound side, it is back in between 140 in Shrewsbury, all the way to Route 9 in Worcester. Route 2 in westbound side, also around the Devons. 495 on the southbound side, also before Route 2 in Lilton, and 495 southbound Nebraska from 20 Marlborough all the way out to the Mass Pike in Westboro. In Rhode 146 on the northbound side, also 295. Lincoln Island, 146A North Smithfield. 95 on the southbound side, back on the particular downtown Providence. 95 over downtown Providence is backed up. 95 southbound is backed up all the way down to New Island Wharf. 195 westbound side, also from Seacock downtown Providence. 610 connector slowing both ends from 695 downtown Providence. 295 southbound side, also from Johnson to 9 to Route 12 in Cranston. And Jamestown, and Newport Bridge is out. Lincoln gets but Mount Bridge out. Little slow on the northbound side. 24 on the southbound side, so from 495 and Raynham all the way out of Route 140 in Taunton. 495 on the northbound side is back around Route 195 at Wareham. 195 on the northbound side, the little eastbound side, also around Route 495. Route 6 to both ends back around between Route 3 and 25, the Sagamore stretch is here. And 20 on the northbound side, also on Bourne Broadway here. 95 on the southbound side, also 120 Kenton on Route 27 in Sharon and Route 1 in Sharon. 24 on the southbound side, slow from 120 Kenton all the way out to Route 123 out in Brockton. Route 3 on the southbound side, it is so Braintree split down around Route 18 in Weymouth. Braintree split on both ends is backed up. 120 on the northbound side, so it's split down around 24 in Randolph. Southern Expressway, stop and go from the Braintree split down in the Mass Pike. 128 southbound side is backed up from Route 3 in Burlington all the way out to Route 24 out in Canton. 120 on the northbound side, so from Great Plain Avenue, Needham all the way out to Route 16 in Newton near. And his place again from Waltham all the way out to Linfield. 93 both downtown Boston and backed up. Mass Pike on the eastbound side, so also brought toll all the way at Southfield Expressway. Mass Pike westbound side, so from South Boston and Logan Airport, and his breaks again from Austin. Brighton tolls all the way down around Natick. 93 on both ends back to downtown Boston. 93 on the northbound side, so from Zakenbridge and Medford. Route 1 on the northbound side by the 16 River, down around 16 River. And 120 on the southbound side by the Denver down to Peabody. 120 on the northbound side, also Peabody stretch. Route 3 on the northbound side, back around 120 Burlington all the way to Chelmsford. 495 both ends back on the low down around Andover, and slow all the way down to 220 in Methuen here. 93 on the northbound side, so the Zakenbridge all the way to Medford and hit again from 120 in Reddit all the way up to Methuen here. 93 on the northbound side, this is backed up at Route 111 Wyndham, New Hampshire. Everett Turnpike on the northbound side, back on the Nashua stretch. Spotted Turnpike on the northbound side, so for 95, Postman on Route 4. And Interstate 89, the northbound side, it is so around the Canadian border in upstate Vermont here. And in Albany vicinity, Interstate 87 on the northbound side, also from Route 90 to Route 7. 90 on the east westbound side, also between 87 and 787, and New York State 3, a little so around 890 Schenectady. Peter Challenger's on 5:13 on this Tuesday evening 7 for weather report, and it was another one of those days. A cloudy, damp, raw, damp, rainy day today, yeah? All right, let's look at current conditions. 43 degrees at temperature, dew point about 42 degrees, humidity 99%, and barometer 1288 inches here. Okay, let's take a look at our current conditions around the region here. 39 degrees in Boston, 40 in Beverly and Gloucester, 43 in Bedford, it's 39 in Fitchburg and Worcester, 41 in Norwood, 42 in Taunton, 43 in the Bedford, it's 40 in Plymouth, 41 in Falmouth and Provincetown, 43 in Chatham, 43 in Marston, 43 in the Nantucket, 41 in Providence, 41 in Newport, 39 in Block on 40 in Montauk, 46 in this, 40 in New York City, 43 in Denver and Waterbury and Hartford and Winslow and Bridgeport and New Haven, 45 in Meriden, and 42 in Springfield, 41 in Orange, 48 in North Massachusetts, 46 in Pittsburgh, Mass, 48 in Albany, New York, 48 in Sarah Springs, 48 in Renton, Vermont. It's 50 in Bennington, Vermont, 37 in LaCoya, and 11 in New Hampshire, 39 in Cork, and Manchester, and Java, New Hampshire, 40 in National, New Hampshire, 42 in Keene, New Hampshire, 38 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 36 up in Portland, Maine. Here. Okay. Looking at the surface map around the country, and it shows a cold front stretch to the west of Mexico, stretch to the west of Texas, merge to the warm front from Oklahoma, stretch to Texas, merge to the satiated front from Texas, all the way down on the Mississippi, merge to the cold front from Alabama, stretching up to the west of Virginia, and merge to the satiated front from PA, stretching on around New York City, and around up to the Atlantic states, with a front of from Georgia, stretching up to the Carolinas, and Virginia, with a low pressure right around Virginia, high pressure off the Florida coast, and a peak pressure stretch to the Texas Panhandle, stretch to the Colorado, with a pair of low pressure around Colorado, and from my stretch of New York State, stretch up in Quebec with a low pressure right in Quebec. Followed from western Texas and the north central Mexico, and followed from Colorado, stretching it up to Wyoming here, and high pressure in the Pacific Northwest and the satiated front from eastern Alberta, stretching down around Montana and North Dakota here. 50 degrees on temperature in Chicago, 49, Detroit, 56 in Pittsburgh, it's 70 in Washington, D.C., 80 in Atlanta, 83 in Miami, Florida, 85 in Brownsville, St. Anne, Dallas, Texas, 54 in Kansas City, 50 in Omaha, Nebraska, 62 degrees, Minneapolis, St. Paul, 50 out in Great Falls, Montana, 50 in Seattle, 65 in San Francisco, 73 in Los Angeles, 73 out in Phoenix, Arizona, 68 in Las Vegas, 51 in Salt Lake City, 45 in Denver, and 53 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Here. Okay, let's take a look at radar, and it shows rain showers covering much of Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, with a low in the afternoon around the Connecticut from Hartford vicinity and around East Central Connecticut and southwestern Rhode Island. Here. Rain covering much of Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, southern Vermont, New Hampshire, and southern Maine, and raining showers in the northwestern Vermont, upstate New Hampshire, northwestern Maine, and stretching it down Interstate 8 from Sarah Springs down to Poughkeepsie and stretching to northeastern and east central PA. While some spotty showers off the east of Pittsburgh from Indiana and out to the stretch of the western Maryland and western Virginia, and a lot of rain showers in eastern Long Island and showers and storms off the Jersey Shore, and a heavy band of showers and storms around Northampton, Norfolk, Chicopee, and Springfield stretch. And rain showers stretch all the way over to eastern Quebec with some sleet or snow from northern Quebec, eastern Quebec, and northern Maine and northern New Brunswick here. And popcorn clusters of showers and storms stretching from Virginia down eastern Carolina and central Georgia, stretching in central Alabama down and north central Mississippi, and a lot of rain showers off the Virginia and North Carolina coast here. And to the west of us, a lot of showers and thunderstorms stretching from west central portions of Texas, stretching to Oklahoma and western Kansas and Nebraska up in the Dakotas, and snow, sleet, and rain showers from Colorado down in Mexico and eastern Arizona, and rain showers in northwestern Oregon and Washington State with some snow and sleet from the Washington Cascade up in the British Columbia, and some rain, sleet, and snow from eastern Washington and Idaho down up in the eastern portions of British Columbia, some rain showers around north central Oregon here. Alright, satellite open, it shows a lot of clouds from coming into much of New England, stretching to the United States, and then a lot of clouds from the four-quarter region, stretching in the Northern Rockies, and coming much to the Plain States, from North Dakota down to western Texas Panhandle, and clouds coming much of Oregon, Washington State, coming to British Columbia, and western Alberta down to Nova Idaho, and western portions of Montana here. And clouds coming into the Canadian Maritimes here. Okay, wet weather continues flat tonight. Improving into Wednesday into Thursday as high pressure delivers cold, dry weather. Low pressure on our valley Friday will develop south of New England Friday night, and Saturday it's bring snow mixed precipitation rain Friday early Saturday, followed by a dry weather Sunday and Monday. Widespread rain with a low risk of thunderstorms in a minimally isolated anomalous deep layer of moisture with precipitable waters in excess of its end going deep layer inch forcing ahead about a lower emergent out of the mid-Atlantic and sweeping east and immediately south of New England as watch the closely attended frontal boundaries. It could in the King across the region of focus areas of frontal genital convergence and subsequent moderate air traps Heavy rain as well as instability that creeps north as indicated by the latest SPC miscellaneous and the South New England. Latest HRRR rep model trends seem to be Island trends well enough. Blend is preferred as continued thinking of these. A slug of rain amounts of half to 3/4 an inch with the heaviest amount focused on southeast and some locations especially on the south coast of the higher amounts where there is a greater risk of convection. Otherwise, low clouds very light east flow with an increase in moisture across the region. The sea clouds will result in a patchy dense fog weaving over and across the region, especially over the high turn rain has visibly drowned to a quarter mile less than hot and more likely to hold it down from midnight of gradual west to east progression of fog erosion and winds turning northwest direction and the region cold and drier towards Monday morning. Temperature mainly holding in the 40s but dropping into the 30s via cold air vector and even via northeast winds and initial high pressure damming or beyond the low level. Late with the aforementioned northwest cool dry winds and temperatures should remain around freezer across all southern New England, so no concern to monitor for black ice development area roadways. Here. And I'm expecting tonight's lows to be 34 to 40 and 48 to 54 for tomorrow's highs. Alright. Hazard weather outlook here because late Thursday and Saturday be a moderate risk of possible storm across the higher elevations of central western Massachusetts. Light excavation is also possible over higher elevations Friday night. In addition to be a low risk of splash over along east facing coastline during high tide Saturday afternoon, although it's not going to be as bad as the one that took place 20 years ago with the April Fool's Day blizzard. Okay, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Tonight, showers may before 3 a.m. Punch back after 2 a.m. Low around 30 degrees. Common transpiration 8%, 9% between quarter and 9 inches possible with some heavy at times with a few rumbles of isolated thunderstorms. Wednesday, clouds skies are coming mostly set about 51 degrees. North for about a low miles gust high 22 miles an hour. For Wednesday night, mostly gust about 29 degrees. North for about 10 to 30 miles gust high 28 miles an hour. Thursday, sunny podcast by 50 about 31 degrees. North for about 7 to 10 miles an hour. Friday, a chance snow before 10 a.m. Then rain likely between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Then rain and snow likely after 2 p.m. Mostly gust about 40 degrees and chance patient 6%. Friday night, rain and snow before 9 p.m. Then rain and sleet before between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. Then rain after 1 a.m. Low and 31 degrees and chest patient 8%. For Saturday, rain likely for 10 a.m. Cloud skies were higher than 44 degrees and chest patient 6%. Sunday night, mostly clouds about 32 degrees and Sunday, most sunny podcast before 49 about 32 degrees. Monday, sunny podcast about 32 about 34 degrees. And for Tuesday, check rain podcast about 52 degrees. Here's what a phrase of the night. The rain will conclude and it'll be bright Wednesday and Thursday. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news. And it's March 28, 2017 on Tuesday evening. I'm Peter. Good evening, goodbye, day to now. See you at 11 o'clock for a late night report. I hope you all have a good evening.